Hello, my beautiful Virgo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for October 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Okay, let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I will be using guide chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound. Also, if you did not win the previous competition, don't fret. I will be opening up another competition for one subscriber to win a free personal reading from me, but I'll let you know how to win that in the next couple of days because, of course, I'm waiting for my guides to give me a sign on how to proceed on the next competition. Okay, so with that in mind, let's get straight to your October reading and let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Virgo, this is your monthly reading for October. I can't believe we're here already. As usual, time is flying on by. Where is it going? But October is upon us, and let's just say it is literally one of my favorite times of the year. It's when the veil between worlds becomes thinner, and it is here that we honor the ancestors more than ever before, of course. During Samhain, we receive important messages, feel their presence, cheerleading us from the sidelines, and really acknowledge any lessons that arose from any challenges that you may have experienced in the past year. Now we have officially moved into glorious Libra season, very transformative month where humanity naturally starts to celebrate and seek more light. Illumination, gratitude, developing intuition, and of course introspection are heightened themes during this month to really reflect on your journey so far, the wins you have accomplished along the way, the difficulties you overcame and turned into purpose, and of course the abundance that is yet to be harvested. We bond also ever closer to nature and the elements during October to really seek tranquility as we prepare to wind down the rest of the year. This is a transition month. You can really feel it. And of course, this is also the month of personal reward on so many levels. Libra season encourages us to cultivate balance in our lives and offers opportunity for justice and fairness. And all that hard work, it starts to pay off. Bigger opportunities are offered and come in, and tangible success is delivered. We deepen relationships during Libra season and lean into softness as we seek comfort, togetherness, and nurture our connections towards people, animals, and places that we have an affinity with. Now, on a personal level, you may feel called to refine your personal style, pay extra attention to the aesthetics of your home life, perhaps, craft something artistically, either personally for yourself or for friends. Really submerge yourself in your favorite music or book. Decorate your living space with art, or simply encourage your sensual side out to appreciate beauty in and around you in the present moment. Now, although you're busy, this month offers you a breath, a stillness within to really check in with yourself and reaffirm your path. And we're all going to be influenced by Neptune this month, so you may want to lose yourself in a world of fantasy where you cozy up with a movie of choice, attend a fancy dress party as a character you desire to embody, or even plan a great escape vacation. But whatever it is, Libra's steady grounding will offer you a spiritual detox as well, where we mentally declutter, hold ourselves accountable, and if you've been relying on any excuses to either avoid something or someone, these will fall away. It's time to get real with yourself and face everything head on. Now, this astrological combination is a perfect time to advance in all of your dreams, goals, and really make them a reality. It's also a season to seek closure on projects, relationships, and environments that you feel like you've outgrown in order to create space for new developments to come in. But also it reminds us to embrace the moment due to the cyclical nature of all things. Now, the full moon this month is pretty special. It's a harvest moon, a hunter's moon, and also a supermoon all rolled into one. And it occurs in the dynamic sign of Aries. It's also the first of 3 consecutive supermoons to close out the year. Definitely a time to be clear in your intention, follow your passions, and make great leaps and bounds ahead. Also, if you're seeking love, increase opportunities this month to meet someone special and develop a harmonious partnership with a dreamy partner there. If you're already in a relationship, this month encourages date nights and raw conversations about a shared future. Also, friendships clear up any misunderstandings or deepen their bond. And also be mindful of the Mercury-Pluto clash on the 13th, which may trigger some tensions that have been built up over time. So past conversations re-emerging, things that you feel perhaps you should be over, nostalgically may come to the fore as well. So just watch out for that. This too shall pass. Now also, if you are expecting any important communications, check hard copy mail and email spam folders, as this sort of clash can influence critical documents or information getting lost or being missed or being left unseen. Okay, this can also be applied to any deliveries. So if you're booking something for somebody or you're expecting a delivery for yourself, you may have to chase it, check it, or for some of you, it could be something that gets missed there. Now, on a global scale, because of course there are many different energies floating about, and if you don't want to hear this part, please fast forward. But if you're sticking around, it's time to look to the skies, as we have 6 rare active comets, the Swan Comet, the Lemon Comet being the most prominent, but we also have the mysterious 3-eye Atlas that will reach its closest point to the sun on the 30th of October. I mean, of course it will, just in time for Halloween. Okay, everything mysterious will occur around that date, but also, comets are harbingers of change, great change, and political upheaval. They disrupt the natural order of cycles. And, when tapping into the visions, as I started to, prepare for this month's reading for you all, I saw a state funeral march honoring someone of national significance. Gold and red shall be their color. I was not given who it was. Okay, I just want you to be aware of that. Also, we may see a resignation of someone with influence. They leave under a cloud of speculation, so a little bit of drama there, and perhaps even a link to a media outlet's demise. Now, the economy may also take another brief tumble in the last week of October, but we'll climb back to regain some losses there. And we have Neptune influencing us across the board, often associated with confusion and illusion. It's going to be retrograding back into the sign of Pisces briefly from the 22nd of October until the 10th of December. Okay, and this really is a big deal globally. Combined, it's referred to as the era of monumental deception. But when Neptune retrogrades, it exposes the illusion. So it's here that we shall see the greatest of reveals. Partnered with Mercury opposing Uranus, which means shocking news, sextiling Pluto, something that's been hidden for a very long time. On the 29th or 30th of October, there's those dates again. That last week of October is going to be critical. There may be some shocks in store, both locally as well as globally. And when I say locally, I mean more towards the country that you reside in, perhaps, not personally. There's different energies there for that. But, it can be that globally tensions rise with talks regarding combative plans being mobilized. Now, this combination also really caught my eye because, of course, Neptune and Pisces, all about water. Pluto is hidden or under the surface, so very intense energy there that may trigger large water-related events, especially from deep surface seismic shifts. And I really hope I'm wrong on this. It's so hard to predict exact dates, of course, but my guides gave me a very sensitive time. The end of October into the second week of November. My guides keep pointing at the Cascadia Basin across the Aleutian Plain towards the Java Trench. Okay, now that's the Ring of Fire, and I've mentioned this in predictions in the past, and a couple of months ago, that really came to the fore as well. I didn't know anything about the Aleutian Plain until my guides gave me this wonderful riddle. I had to go on a map and look like, where's that? Where's this? Because I'm, not great with geography. I mean, I know where countries are, but when you're asking me where there's a fault line or a plain or a point or a trench, I'm like, I don't know. But so it's across that area that may be a little bit sensitive during those times. And of course, the Ring of Fire is always active. So that's a no-brainer. But we are seeing increased activity. I did mention it even last year that we need to look to that area. And we've seen increased seismic activity ever since. And it will come to a climax. I want you to be aware of that, okay? Now, also, there may be some conversations globally around a change in categories for weather systems, adding a category 6. This got mentioned in the past, but my guides brought it up again. So perhaps this is something that is coming close to being talked about. It's because the weather systems are intensifying and they want to add in new anomalies or factors. That's why they're just adding an extra category there. Maybe it's something to be thought about at this time because, of course, we're in Libra season. Libra is all about air, so that can mean thoughts, ideas, conversations in and around it at this moment in time. Maybe something that's offered up for next year. I don't know, but that's something that's coming out there. But as I mentioned, there's so many different layers, okay? And on a personal level for you, my beautiful Virgo, October means something rewarding is yours for the taking, but also, you're offered a chance to invest in something new that will yield abundance. So if you're launching something, starting something, or something suddenly comes on in, this is going to be a great time for you to nurture it in order to benefit from it in some way at the end of the year. It's like a ripple effect. Also, Libra season is going to encourage you to lean in and nurture all that you hold dear. People, projects, environments, but also to close chapters that have run their course in your life, to reinvest in yourself and watch your investments yield the results that you've been working hard towards. Now, investments and yields don't just mean money, of course. It can be all the time you're investing in being more active in your body, the way you treat yourself, how you invest in yourself, how you interact with the people around you, your relationships, friendships, the environment in some way. So, all that you have been working hard towards, you're going to start to see the benefits of that in this month. Also, embrace unity. Share your light and gravitate towards the light in others. The world definitely needs more light, and we are the spark to raise those vibrations, okay? So looking at your energy, we have the Temperance card, which means you're all about purpose this month, balance and harmony, but also, of course, building relationships. I mean, this card, the Temperance card, doesn't normally have two people on it, but I feel this is like you applying yourself to some sort of roadmap that you're committed to there. I feel this is about breaking down larger goals into weekly, daily, manageable actions. A lot of you are allocating your resources to achieve your priorities this month, reviewing performances of something that perhaps you have in motion, the tasks and goals that you've set, trying to combine, because the Temperance card is the balance between all things, trying to combine important events that are scheduled in, appointments, looking at your financial security, being effective in your monthly planning, so it feels like a roadmap for you for the rest of the month. And of course, you're going to be connecting to being on top of any schedules, appointments, and of course, budgeting. This is you being balanced in your finances. I mean, you have the Star energy, the Ace of Pentacles there as a protagonist energy. So of course, your 8th and your 2nd house is all about money, okay, and transforming your finances. So I'm not surprised to see you shining a spotlight with that Star energy there on an Ace of Pentacles. It's like, how can I make more money? How can I compound my wealth? How can I double down on what I have already? How can I use my resources more effectively? So of course, you're going to be looking at financial management of your finances, rent or mortgage repayments, bills, allotting money to the side for like future events, plannings, birthdays, vacations, basically purchases that you want. So it can be that you're locking off some money in order to secure it. but then kind of like look at what you have to play with for the rest of the month. So I feel like you're just planning. Okay, this is your protagonist energy, but also, this is you shining your light with that star energy. It's about you shining a spotlight on all the things that are important to you. A lot of you are like, you know what, I just want things to be balanced. I want a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Variety is the spice of life. But this is the card of purpose. And of course, it has equilibrium. So you're tuning in to vibes, and vibes don't lie. So I feel like you are looking across the board at what you need to kind of do to be more effective in your life, okay? Because, at the end of the month there, we've got the Knight of Wands, which is you leading with passion, seeking new adventures, new places, checking out new restaurants, new food, new environments, maybe even picking a new destination for a vacation. Some of you could even be relocating or looking into different neighborhoods that you may want to relocate to at the end of the day, because Knight of Wands is action, it's travel. So a lot of you could be looking at the sum of all things that you have to do to nurture, to grow. A lot of you, this is personal development as well. But the Queen of Swords is like, let's get that structure into place because you're going to benefit from that. So I feel like you're locked onto a strategy there and trying to find the balance between excitement, fun, but also all your serious tasks, responsibilities, and being organized within that structure. So I feel like you're on top of things. You can be really proud of yourself. Now, this card, of course, can indicate international connections. So if you are someone who is currently an independent worker, you have your own business, a lot of you could be setting something up or investing in a new idea there that has a lot of potential to bring in new money. And there could be some sort of global influence there, or you promote your work, market yourself, get yourself out there, allow yourself to be seen. Could be some sort of deal or partnership connected to an overseas company there. I mean, this could be if you run your own business, even if it's a small business, creative business. It could be that, you're going to be shipping a lot of things overseas if you sell goods, for example, or if you give services to people. It could be that some of your customers will be from overseas, and you may have to look at different tax structures or financial structures to incorporate that into your business. And it could be that you're trying to get some sort of legal structure up there in order to create a smooth alliance that works really well for you. Now, of course, if you are someone who's currently out of a job and you're looking for a job right now, I actually see two things coming in. One is very freelance. So it could be a temporary contract coming on in, okay? And it's quite exciting. It runs its course, is what I see there. With the Queen of Swords, I'm being given two energies. One is a new role, but I feel these two are linked. So it's almost like a freelance position becomes something that is offered as something permanent. It's very creative. Every day is a different day. I feel you have creative control. There is promotion vibes connected to this. I feel there is some sort of status or high-ranking position available to you. And I feel this is exciting. So you may travel a lot with this, or it feels like, there's just a lot to do and there's a flurry of activity and you kind of love it. But also, I feel there's a secondary role being offered here. This could be something that's separate, not connected. So this Knight of Wands, for some of you, it could be like a probation period, which feels a little bit freelance, like you're earning a certain amount of money at first. 3 months, you give it like a trial to see if you love it, if they love you, and I feel like then you're offered something long-term. So that's coming on in. But also I feel there is a bit more of a stand-alone role coming in, something that feels very data-related or connected to information, spreadsheets, very serious, very calculating. You require your logic. There's lots of rules, regulations, policies. It feels like a little bit more detached. Okay, I feel one role is more high ranking than the other. One role, even though it feels like it's very high ranking, more high ranking than this role, it feels like you can do more with it, or you can advance more. But with this one, it feels very much like it is what it is, doesn't go anywhere else. Okay, so if you're searching for a role, I feel like you have the information, you have the knowledge, but some of you may be upskilling, or you may kind of learn a new skill during this period whilst you're searching for an opportunity, and this knowledge will help you, grab that deal. There are two roles here. It almost like feels like three, but I feel it's like two in one. and then there's just one that's very much detached from the others, okay? I feel a lot of you, this is a period of upskilling or acquiring knowledge in a different sector that you feel perhaps other potential candidates do not have, because you are setting yourself apart or standing out in some way. The spotlight basically means, people are noticing you. So I feel this is you standing apart. I mean, I'm talking about finances a lot or career a lot because your 8th house is about transforming your money, and your 2nd house is about valuing yourself to get the right money, investing in things that matter, doubling down on your dough, compounding interest, things like that, your acquisitions, but also your values in and around money, and where you feel like you're making a mark or an impact in something that you hold dear to you, so that you can foster a reciprocal relationship in order to bring in extra finances there. Something that you want to be consistent on, okay? Now, if you work for a company already and you're wondering how things are going to go, I mean, I'm looking at the energy here. 7 of Cups, there could be some extra responsibilities coming on in here. There could be someone who's in a position of authority who is absent or tries to delegate. It just feels like extra stuff comes on your desk. I hate to give you that message, but actually it sets you apart and sets you up for promotion. Okay, how you deal with this is very professional. So it could be an actual project that's given to you where you learn a new skill with this, or you have to learn like a new software program or a new kind of process that you could add as a string to your bow there. But it actually helps you reach a promotion vibe here. I see. Now, I want you to be aware of this, okay? What I'm seeing is you stepping up in a company that you work for, and I feel people in positions of authority are noticing your work ethic already, and it's almost like whatever role it is that you're about to get, I feel like you bypass a boss, and this boss is going to be super cold to you after this moment. So it could be something that they go up for, or it could be something that... Oof, okay, I was just told that, they ran their course. Okay, and then my guide said, look at the candle. They ran their course. Candle's actually gone out there. Well, actually, it's still lit. It's kind of still lit, but there's like smoke. Okay, so I feel this person's going to be fuming. They're going to be very detached. They're not going to bully you, but they may try to set you apart in some way. Coarse words, just like all about the job. So if you actually have a nice working relationship at the moment, I feel like you're not stepping on their toes, but there is talk about a promotion here, and you're going to go into a high-ranking position. Now, either it is you get a deal or a contract or a client, or you get something that this person wanted, but they were just not capable of achieving, or they just weren't offered there. And I feel it's important that you recognize this person's going to be different towards you, okay? I'm being given a sentence. Sometimes it's lonely at the top, so this person may set you apart in some way or distance themselves from you. But actually, you're going to be thriving in a new environment or a new sector with new projects, and you're advancing. And I feel like, of course, you want to be friends and have alliances in your industry, but sometimes, when you're right for the job, you're going to get that job. And of course, when it's time to move on, then, this person eventually, after you moving into this role, they're going to leave. So I want you to be aware of that anyway, okay? So that's really random, but that's something that's coming out there. Now, the candle has literally gone out, so I can only work with the light. I'm going to go away and just pause this video briefly in order to get a candle there, because I will not work without the light there. And perhaps this is also symbolic of a lot of you feeling exhausted because you have so many cards regarding energy. You've got the star, which is about healing, and the sun is in the resistance position. So a lot of you are healing your energy at this time, or needing a rest, or feeling a little bit burnt out, exhausted. And some of you, it can be that, you've added some extra duties to your structure or to your schedule in some way, and you're just like, whew, that was a lot. Okay, so I feel like you're managing something or managing extra duties. This does not have to be in terms of a career. I just feel whoever you are, my beautiful Virgo, whatever you're doing, I just feel like you have extra responsibility this month or extra duties that you're factoring in. Just make sure you get good quality rest, because there is a potential to burn yourself out, okay? More than usual. Let me just put it that way. So I'm just going to go get a candle. One moment, please. Sorry about that, my beautiful Virgo. As I said, I will not cannot work without the light, so that was important there. But coming back to your general energy, I'm going to move away from that career energy there. This is about finding balance and harmony, and for some of you, correspondence from overseas. This could be family abroad, or it could be someone from your family coming to visit. You may be hosting something in the month of October, or perhaps traveling yourself, because a lot of you, the majority energy is Knight of Wands to travel. So some of you could be traveling to see family, to celebrate a tradition, or to celebrate a feast, or just, pop in, say hi, and do a bit of a visit there as well. And, if you have siblings, I feel one of the siblings may join you. One of your siblings, I feel they may have a very intense conversation with you there about something that's been on their mind, but you give them some really great advice on this. It's nothing like major there, but I feel like you give some great advice, and they really appreciate that. So that's coming through there as well. Now, Ace of Pentacles, of course, your 8th house is about transforming your finances. So that can be that you're starting up a new money-making endeavor, or maybe you're just thinking about your money differently in order to transform it. You could find an app that helps you, checking in on your money a lot so that you can keep an eye on your investments or your savings goals there. But also it can be that you find alternative financial structures or banking institutions that have a better yield, better interest rates to help compound your finances. So some of you may be opening up or creating a contract or an alliance with a new financial endeavor there just to get more money. Some of you may be moving money around into a better yielding account, or maybe there's a financial incentive to move all your bills and your finances to another banking institution, and they give you some money back, perhaps, in order to reward you for moving your finances into this new account, for example. So some of you may be thinking about that at this time. Ace of Pentacles, this is an energy of something new coming into your life that is a gift. It is the start of something. So this can be that you are starting to invest your time into something that will benefit you. Okay, so a lot of you, this could be you giving back to your body, could be investing in your self-care goals, looking at diet-related endeavors. Some of you, this could be a mineral or a vitamin. So it could be that you are looking at how minerals or vitamins in foods complement each other, because this is a complementary card there. And you could be looking at how it informs your body, how it changes or helps your hormones in some way, just to keep balance there. So a lot of you also may be trying to be a little bit more active. I'm seeing swimming for some of you. If it's not something you normally do, perhaps it's something you're thinking about, or perhaps some of you are learning to swim. I'm just getting that there as well because of the Hierophant energy there. But the Ace of Pentacles, I would say some of you, this is an energy, if you're in a career, this could be a bonus vibe or a new role or a new project coming in, promotion vibes there as well, or small raise, okay? And this could be something that has been a long time coming. But also, I feel this is an energy where whatever you do, I feel like you are aligning yourself with success. So if you're investing your energy into your body or into your mental well-being or in your career or into relationships or into your family, you're going to see the results of the investment in your energy. Also, I see some of you may win a small prize gift competition, or it could also be that you get like some sort of discount or some sort of loyalty points that help you pay for groceries and, practical things, because an Ace of Pentacles is gain, but it can be that, it's practical gain. It helps you in some way. Now, the star energy, of course, is about shining your light. A lot of you, this could be personal healing as well. Could be that you are helping someone else heal, or you are a carer for someone, checking in on someone this month, and they really appreciate that. They want you to be aware that they really value you. A lot of you may have felt like whatever you're doing in life, you just go unnoticed or unappreciated, but that's not true. I feel there's a lot of people who really care about you and like the interactions they have with you there. But the star is you getting out there, allowing yourself to be seen. So a lot of you could be a little more socially active over the next coming weeks, getting yourself out there, learning new things, connecting to events And, when you see the Seven of Cups, this is like the sum of all things. You have a lot on your mind, a lot on your to-do list. You're doing a little bit of everything. Variety is the spice of life. But this is also about you trying not to doubt yourself in your roadmap, as it were, building yourself up, not tearing yourself down, conquering inner thoughts that may be intrusive sometimes, so that you can learn more about building yourself up and having confidence in yourself, knowing that you're on the right path and that you are enough to conquer or accomplish whatever it is that you are setting out to do. And I do see a lot of success, a lot of good news here. But more than anything, I see success and good news for you coming on in October. But then it's almost like you banked it, like, okay, great, that happened. Let's move on to the next thing. It feels like it's all part of your plan. So it feels like compartmentalizing or prioritizing, going, okay, that went well, but now let's get on to this other thing. So give your moment to yourself to celebrate, okay? Don't forget about celebrating your wonderful self there. Now, if you are someone who works in the public eye or wants to be well known for what you do, whether that's through reputation or global events, or you want to be seen, this is a card of fame, fortune, or aligning with the wish. And I feel a lot of you, this could be that your efforts do not go unnoticed. And a lot of you there could get international fame or get some sort of connection abroad there. But, it can be that your reputation is increasing. I'm definitely seeing here that whatever you're investing in, it's aligning with a wish, and you could be offered a contract or something that is very exciting there for you. Now, the star, of course, is about having clarity in your life. So lots of new ideas coming in. You're going to be inspired on something that you invest in this month. Now, that doesn't have to be career related. It can be that you're inspired by a friendship, or you're inspired by something going on in your neighborhood. You're investing in new things because you have the Ace of Pentacles along with that Knight of Wands. You're seeking adventure, or you're seeking alternative events or things that you haven't really explored before. Very explorative month for you, and I feel like, this is about feeling fulfilled across the board. But I feel there is this energy. This is coming through briefly as well. If you are a performer, or you're an artist, or you work in a creative industry and you're mature and you made your mark in your industry, I feel this energy of comeback. So someone could reach out from your past that says, hey, I loved your work on this. Do you want to collaborate? Or, they offer you like a prize role or publishing deal. A lot of you could be talking about your memoirs, writing a book about your experiences. I mean, even if you are someone who is established in your industry, in your working environment, doesn't have to be connected to any creative endeavor. If you are like an accountant, it can be that, you have a lot of knowledge and you want to write about it. So it can be that you take up a task of being adventurous, writing a book, a handbook on how to do something, how to understand something, how to kind of do what you do. So it could be that you're writing a book or a manual on how to do something, and you're publishing it, or you're going to discover a publisher or someone who sees your work, wants to get it out there, and it could bring in extra money because, of course, this is, new money coming on in. And if you are someone who's retired, because the Empress energy can be someone who's established, who, is enjoying retirement, especially with that Queen of Swords, you may have some ideas about things that you want to write about or be creative about, and you could still make money even in your retirement if you wanted to. But it comes from a creative endeavor, something that excites you. It doesn't feel like it's laborious. It just feels like something you enjoy doing. Someone says to you, hey, I'd like to buy that. And you're like, oh my gosh, I could make money out of that. So it just will bring in extra finances. A lot of you are thinking right now about transforming your finances. And with that 8th house there, no matter what stage of life you're at, this Ace of Pentacles can indicate that you are shining a spotlight on your money in order to put little by little away. Slow and steady builds a big pot of money there, okay? Now, we do have the inner teacher. So this is a card of structure, but it's in the resistance position. So some of you, yes, you've got a structure in place. The structure works. It's going to help you. Consistency is the key to your success. But I feel like some of you want to deviate from the plan a little bit. You've got the roadmap. You're kind of sticking to it. But the Knight of Wands can indicate, especially with this card in the resistance position at first, that some of your plans may get rerouted, canceled, rescheduled, and you'll have to adapt, okay? I don't see anyone letting you down here. That's one thing. But it could be something gets rescheduled. For some of you, this could be due to weather. Random that came in, but that came in. This can just be like a catch up with friends or something. I just feel something gets rescheduled, and it gets rescheduled for a better time there. Now, with the Hierophant, this is an energy about your life philosophy as well, leaning into traditions, to rituals. So there may be something that perhaps you implement or start this month that becomes a ritual. So whether it is a healthcare routine, a beauty ritual, whether it is you promising yourself to take up a course of learning and it becomes an ongoing process, could be a course that you download that happens like every Tuesday on 7 p.m. slot. So it could be anything that is ongoing for a while. So I see a lot of knowledge happening here, but this is the inner teacher. And because it's in the resistance position, this could be that you're seeking knowledge outside of yourself and just learning about the world, what's going on, but also learning about something that helps expand your reach. Especially with the sun, that's an expansion energy. And because it's in the resistance position, it's something you do not know. So I feel like you're learning about something you do not know or were not aware of. Because the Seven of Cups in the resistance position is clarity. I want you to be aware of that. This is clarity in the upright, but in the reverse, it's like, I can't see it. What do you mean? Don't really understand that. But this card in the upright is like, I'm a little bit clouded, a little bit scattered, lots going on right now, really busy, pushed and pulled in many different directions, can't see it, show me. And then the reverse is, oh, I can see it. I can see it so clear. So it's really interesting that you've got these cards in this position because it means that basically you're expanding on something that you didn't know. This could also be a secret that someone tells you or a piece of knowledge that someone imparts. I mean, that gift could be knowledge that someone gives you. If you reach out to someone who's in a position of authority, who's qualified to give some financial advice, for some of you it could be regarding your 401k or your pension pot. I mean, your second house is about material possessions and the long term, your value on what you want, valuing yourself, of course. Second house is going to make you think about where you value yourself. You'll look at situations where you feel like you gave away your power in the past or undersold your talents, or notice when people underestimate you. I see a lot of you thriving and nourishing something that you're already working towards right now, and you're just expanding on that. But the Seven of Cups, it will go into the upright, so that means you may be adding extra things to a very full schedule, okay? So just watch out for feeling overwhelmed with that. Now also, no, I don't like this message, but I have to give it. Not all of you. I want you to be aware. Not all of you, but some of you. I'm being given energy of maybe something in the home space, like a boiler or something that's energy and water related, whatever that could be. It could be piping. Doesn't have to be boiler. It could be piping. Some of you may have to get someone in to look at that. Yeah, I feel it'll be fixed. You may have to give a small amount of money for this. For some of you, it could be on insurance. I'm not sure, but I would say that there's an energy here of maybe not using your usual person. Let me just pull a quick card on that. So if you have a go-to person, perhaps they're away or they're thinking about sending someone else in. Knight of Wands. Just want to see this. King of Cups, yeah. I thought to myself, my gosh, you kind of like the person that you normally have in, but it feels like either a replacement or someone comes in that perhaps you don't know, or maybe you're given a hot tip on someone who can help repair something in your home space. You're going to love the job that they do it. They do it quicker than usual, and actually the price is really reasonable. Okay, anything you have to give out this month, it's clear it comes back to you. You replenish the pot. Maybe frustrating, but for some of you, this is something that has been lingering for some time and you're aware of it. You're like, I know that needs to be done, but I haven't done it yet. Okay, it feels like October comes to a month where it's like, okay, it's happening. You got to do something about it now. Okay, but I feel like, this person offers support on how to make sure it doesn't happen again. They give really great aftercare as well. They may even come in and check up on it for free. That's part of their service. So that's coming through. Again, that may not resonate with everyone. In fact, I hope it resonates with none of you, that none of you have a problem with your boiler or pipes or anything like that. But that's just something that's coming through, so I have to mention it, okay? Now, the Seven of Cups there and the Sun, of course, they will go into the upright. I feel a lot of you, this is about, I'm being given an energy. The more you do, the more energy you have. You're constantly on the go. And I feel like you're going to get a lot done. You're going to be really proud of yourself. But also, I feel the moment you take a rest is when your whole body goes, oh. And it's like, that's when your body gets like really stiff, or you need a massage, and you're like, it's when you really notice, when your body kind of settles. So I'm feeling important vibes here to make sure you prioritize some good quality rest there. The Sun and the Seven of Cups is basically you shining a spotlight on prioritizing what's important, but also expanding on opportunities that are going to be very fulfilling. Seven of Cups is always use your imagination. Basically, what else would you like as an extension to your life? What are the missing ingredients in your life there? I mean, Seven of Cups does tell me that a lot of you have a lot on your plate. And if you have to make a decision about something, I would say trust your intuition on that, because there's many options here and your gut and your heart space knows the way. A lot of you quieten the inner critic, but also silence the noise and really reflect on what would truly make you happy, because the Sun card indicates you get the best outcome. There's a lot of success with this card. It basically means that, everything is going to go in your favor. And I feel a lot of you, if you've been feeling a bit low energy, low vibe, or feeling a little bit cranky or critical recently, I feel it's because you're under a lot of pressure. You've got so many things on your to-do list. Compartmentalize, prioritize. I mean, easier said than done. I know life is very challenging right now. The pressure is on. Everybody's really feeling it right now. But I feel like some really great stuff is coming. If there's anything that can be done another day, just put it onto another day. You don't have to do everything all at once. Okay, so it can be, maybe that's what I'm feeling. You've got your roadmap. You're setting yourself up of all the things that you want to do. Sometimes you may put too many things on your roadmap, and then when you feel like you didn't complete all of them, you're extra harsh on yourself or extra critical. I would say, put the core things on your roadmap for the month, and then any extra time, factor it in. So you feel really proud that you added things to your to-do list rather than took away and thought, oh, I didn't do it. So also, I would say a lot of you are looking at institutions here where you are connected to them, where you have service providers. I mean, your 8th house is going to make you think on endings and beginnings. So ending contracts or agreements that you don't resonate with anymore, or that are not giving you the correct service. So you may be looking at alternative products or services for yourself to get a better deal. There's a lot out there, and you may be like, oh my gosh, there's so much to choose from. Check chat forums of things in your area to see if anyone's got any advisories or advice or recommendations. If you're trying to find something that benefits your home, because your 2nd house, of course, is all about your dwelling, where you feel like you belong there. And also, you're going to get a hot tip. Someone that you will use time and time again. So I'm going to remove myself from that energy, but just be mindful of insurance contracts coming to an end. If you're trying to get out of a contract, I would say a lot of you've got to adhere to the legalities, okay? It's got to run its course. For some of you, you may have to forfeit something in order to move away from it. So for example, if you've got a cell phone and it's got a certain time frame contract, say 18 months, and you've done 16 months of it, and you're like, okay, you know what, I want to go to a different service provider, or I want to get out of this contract or whatever, they're going to be like, no, it's 18 months, and they're still going to take the money. Okay, so even if you go elsewhere. Also, if you're trialing something free that you're like, oh, it seems like a gift. For example, if it's like a TV station that perhaps you are trialing because you want to watch a certain series or season or movie on there, because you're like, you can't get it anywhere else, but you have to pay a subscription to a certain TV service, and it's a trial. Maybe it's a 14-day trial. This is your friendly reminder to cancel that if you do not wish to continue it, because they will take the money and you will not get that back. It's forfeited money. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there. That doesn't have to be connected to TV. It can be connected to any subscription or service there. Now, the outcome energy, super positive. This is about you feeling fulfilled. This is you being super productive as well and feeling like you got a lot done. You're very creative, very gifted at what you do. And this card indicates that, you're brimming with potential and ideas on how to move through the rest of the year and beyond. But also, I feel like you're having a bit of a glow up here as well. And I feel like you're leading with kindness. You're having unconditional love for self, leaning into self-care routines there, and making sure you're on top of your health goals. I just feel a lot of you this month, something is in development. So it could be a plan. Means like research and development is what I see here. You're developing something that's going to be very rewarding for you, that comes to term. It's going to flourish, it's going to bloom, it's going to blossom, and you're just going to feel super proud that you did it all by yourself. Now, for some of you, if your parent is still on this earthly plane, a lot of you could be, helping your parent out with something, learning something, for example. Or perhaps you're going to be visiting them or traveling with them or going to an appointment there, giving a lot of care and service to them, and they really appreciate it. Even if they don't say it, I feel this time around they may say it. Okay, that's coming through strongly. But coming back to your energy, Knight of Wands, very productive, but also this can be that you're trying to get everything done so you can have like a vacation or, a quick trip there. I would also say if you are someone who is thinking about running your own business, you would be a great entrepreneur or someone who runs your own business. You have exciting ideas, you have the knowledge, the know-how, you're a go-getter, and I feel like you're going to go a long way in that industry. This is a card of independence there. But also this is, no matter who you are, you're seeking new adventures. You're headstrong, you're independent, you have a call to action about something that is developing, and, you're trusting your vision, and I feel like you're being true to who you are and what you value at this time. Yes, you're going to make advancements when it comes to your financial security because your 8th and 2nd house is going to make you have your mind on your money and your money on your mind. You're going to be thinking about value. When you purchase something, you're going to think about quality over quantity. You're going to be thinking about value in every area of your life. Everything that you transform or change is going to be governed by those two houses. Your joint finances, if you're remortgaging or you're looking at your repayment plans or your credit card debt or whatever it is, you're transforming those finances to make sure you get the better deal. So I feel like you are structuring your life really well this month. And that Queen of Swords means you're on top of those goals. You're clear. You're also setting healthy boundaries. Now, this can be that for some of you, you'll be utilizing that wonderful word no as a full sentence. No. No, and no. So it can be that, yes, you're going to help out wherever you can. If you're asked for advice or you're asked for physical help in some way, you're going to be there for it. But if there's something that you need to do as a priority to you, then, it's important to recognize, because sometimes with the 7 of Cups and the Hierophant there with the Sun, you don't like letting anyone down. Okay, you try and do it all, do all your own thing, do other people's, be there, be in service, and that is commendable. But sometimes, you lose sight of yourself or lose time for the things that you want to do. And I feel this month is about honoring clear intentions and clear boundaries to say, no, I can't help you on Tuesday because I've downloaded a course that has a slot at 7 p.m. and I'm going to be there. But however, Wednesday, I can be there for you on Wednesday. That fits with my schedule. How about that? And, I feel like you are, not negotiating your time. You're prioritizing it, okay? So with that Queen of Swords, this is about you setting your intention, having clarity of purpose. So if you have to make a decision on something, you're going to make that decision and you're leading with your heart. You're invested fully and it's going to work out for you, whatever it is. Trust the process. Also, this is a card of structure working really well for you, but structure is important, but don't forget that sometimes we need to be a little bit flexible with our schedules to allow a little bit of fun or a little bit of flavor into the structure. They're very important because I feel, of course, variety is the spice of life there. Lots of social activity at the end of the month. You may even be invited to something that you're going to have a lot of fun at. If you are searching for love, I see a flirtation coming in at this time. Now, this could develop into something, but I feel it'll be very hot and heavy at first. So, play a little mystery with this person, because this person, they're attracted to you because of your boundaries as well. Okay, now I see it developing into something long-term. You have the Hierophant there, potential marriage with this person, but just be a little bit mindful. This person, yeah, they love your core values. and how you conduct yourself, and the fact that, you have boundaries. Because what it means is when you have a boundary with a person, they realize you have a boundary as a life philosophy with everybody else. But if you don't have a boundary and you're meeting a person who tends to try and push boundaries, if you allow your boundaries to fall with that person, they're imagining that you also do the same with other people. Okay? So, yeah, that's just something that came through there. Random, I know. But when the right person comes along, you'll know it. At the moment, I just see like a flirtation, something that can develop, okay? And if you are in a relationship, I definitely see you having a date night, reigniting that spark, togetherness with your person. I mean, for some of you, this is a potential month to get pregnant, if you're hoping to get pregnant. If you don't want to get pregnant, of course, and you have the potential to, take precautions, because things could get hot and heavy, but with the Empress there, could be baby on board. So just be mindful there as well. If you're already pregnant, I see some family members could come and visit there, some of them from overseas as well. If you're due this month, especially at the end of the month, I feel it comes a little bit after, like November, okay? The beginning, of course, so not too delayed, but that's coming there as well. Congratulations if you're pregnant, that's you. Very intelligent child on the way for you, may I say, and with the potential to be very famous in the future. So that's something that's coming through. It doesn't have to be like famous in the public eye, but really well known for something that's coming through. So congratulations. Now we have the depths, okay? So it says here, under the surface, more defined, not obvious, deep dive, true value and worthy. So this could be you delving deeper on your emotions of how you value yourself and looking at, what you deserve in life. I feel like, you've been going through a tough time. It's time for fortune to change for you. It says here, protection, saving your money. I mean, your 8th house is all over this, so your 2nd as well. It says guardian, investor, broker, insurance, retirement. A lot of you are thinking about your 401ks as well. Long-term financial goals. We've also got good luck, fortune smiling upon you. So as you can see, we have those beautiful hummingbirds. You're working really hard for the money that you have. It says here, fast money, lucrative venture, paying off, flying high, and plenty. So you have the Empress there, which is all about plenty. But I feel like you're also investing in yourself or reinvesting in yourself and your time, honoring it, okay? So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Oh, we have another star. Look at that. Beautiful star there, shining its beautiful light. So the stars, step into your spotlight, be appreciated, get yourself out there, shout about your talents, market yourself, allow yourself to be seen. If you're hoping to meet a person, date, get yourself out there, be more sociable. I feel a lot of you also could connect to online dating and meet a person there as well. But I feel this is kind of a month where you align with better luck, align with a wish, and things are going to be developing nicely there for you. Very inspiring month, and a lot of you are stepping into a new phase of life where you're connecting to things that bring you joy, make you feel fulfilled, and, quietening the noise. Removing yourself from environments that you feel like you don't deserve to waste your energy in, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates, my beautiful Virgo. Thank you so much, and love and light.